I've played EarthMC as my primary server for about 2 years now. I've been in 5 different towns and 7 different nations, and I can say that I've enjoyed every minute of it. That's a joke, guys. I'm joking. This server sucks. Don't join it. But I thought for this video, I'd give you a full history of my time on EarthMC. Before this video starts, make sure you do subscribe. We're very close to 400 subscribers, and this video might push us over, so I very much appreciate it. Thank you. So to start, we have to go all the way back to November 2018 when I started on the server. I saw it on a server list and decided it sounded pretty cool. I spawned in Europe and joined a town in Tennessee. At that point, I was making my way to Moab, Utah, where I planned to make a town with my siblings. After a few hours of traveling, I got to where I wanted to be, and decided I didn't like it. So then I made my way to Anticosti Island in Canada, and decided I didn't like that either. So finally I settled on a little area right near Seattle. I made a town called Cascade Bay, and I played a while with my friends and family while having no idea how towny worked. Eventually they upgraded to 1.13 and added the queue. At that point I stopped playing because I didn't primarily use 1.13 at the time, and obviously the queue sucks, so that's it. That's my story on Earth. Just kidding, guys, I came back. So in September 2019, I came back and settled in a new town of Huron City on the Saginaw Peninsula in Michigan. I settled there so that I wasn't near any other towns or nations, which turned out to be a very terrible decision. You see, 1 week later, a player named Spiffles settled just southwest of me and started growing at a rapid speed. They then made a nation, but I didn't join them yet because I was in Virginia. I remember the first time I did any EarthMC politics was when I ran for Virginia Council and failed miserably. But then after that, I grew closer to the people in Michigan, and I finally decided to join them. So once I was in Michigan, they grew very quickly. Not too long after, we held our first election. I lost by 1 vote to VVHD, but I didn't learn my lesson because I kept running. The next election, I lost again to VVHD. But I did better, I think. But finally, the next election, I went up against MCP Builder Guy and won. This was around the time the first USA collapsed. I really enjoyed playing at this point. So then we left the USA and a bunch of other things happened. We joined the NAU, we left the NAU, and then we did some other crap. But finally, the leaders of Michigan made an announcement that they would be leaving Michigan. Now, as sad as this was, it was okay because I already planned to make a nation in Ontario. If anything, that helped because it made all the towns in Michigan join my nation. So then I spent some time as the leader of Ontario. But eventually I got bored of that because at that point I knew a guy from Minnesota who wasn't utterly unbearable, unlike everyone else in this terrible server. So I decided I would move there. So I tried to sell my nation to someone, but then they scammed me and took all my stuff. So that kind of sucked, and we were going to have to move past that and go to Minnesota. And it was fine anyway, since the guy from Minnesota refunded all my stuff. So now I was in Minnesota. It was kind of fun for a while, but they got inactive, so my town joined Colorado for a while. They were also kind of inactive, so after a while I moved back to Minnesota. Then at this point, Minnesota started to grow under President Septile Place 88. I had a lot of fun in this time, but since you're on EarthMC, you can't have nice things. A counselor from Duraville looted the whole capital and messed everything up. And so a lot of the higher-ups decided they were done with North America, so they moved to the middle of the ocean. And since I had just won an election anyways, they made me leader and gave me the messed up capital. It was my job to revive the dying. I invited a few friends, and every town possible was made. In the end, my hard work paid off because Minnesota was revived. And that's where we are today. I'm hanging out in Minnesota with a lot of my friends. Thank you all very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Gosh golly, I hope you enjoyed it. Toothbrush.